We are live. Yay.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
How's everyone doing?
Quite odd.
It is, yeah. We've been quiet, haven't we?
We
this
have been quiet.
month?
But there's not a lot going on in the world of strongman right now. And I think we were a bit
We were kind of after World's Strongest Man. It was just like
overdosed
mental.
on strongman.
But did you see Gav Bilton winning the Champions League this weekend?
Yeah. Oh,
So
happy
cool.
for Gav. Yeah, that's really cool. That was his first international win.
It's
so
a big thing
nice to
winning
see.
your first international, winning a international in general. You look at like how
course.
many great athletes are out there that haven't won titles.
Yeah.
So winning a title for Gav is really good news. And, you know, it's just good to see that progress that he's making. Anyway, let's have a look at who's in here.
See who's in
I'm
the
just going to
chat.
go grab the wire.
Oh, Christine, can't wait for the live. Miss the community. Oh, Christine, we've missed you guys too. I have felt a sense of emptiness, and it's definitely not making videos, but being live as or not going live, not chatting to you guys.
Yeah,
it
having
has
everyone
been.
to chat to.
Yeah, I've actually missed you guys. So, oh look who's here. Oh, and Christine, thank you so much for becoming a member. We have put out a couple of members only videos, just some fun day-to-day stuff for you guys to enjoy. Daddy Fred. What on earth, Fred? Hello all. Just quit for the day just for this. Glad you
Good
could
man.
join us,
I hope
Fred.
you've had a good weekend, Fred.
Hope you don't get into trouble. Sway Stations
members
here.
in.
Joanne, good evening. Hip flipping mama. Hi everybody.
Daddy Fred.
Had to hurry and end my sterling jewelry auction on YouTube as I saw the pending live. Didn't want to miss Loz and Liz. I just love Liz. Don't tap her. Oh, I love you too, hip flipping mama. You are a welcome new addition to the family. Daddy Fred. Don't encourage him, Andrew. Oh, my eye. I'm
Monica
watering.
is in here. How you doing, Monica? Hope you're well.
Andrew saying about Jack getting 200 kilo log lifting competition finally.
Yeah.
Is it an age record?
It's certainly probably an age record for a British athlete. He's not
Yeah.
he's not a junior anymore, so he's just outside the junior bracket, and he's done more in the gym. He's done 203 in the gym, so it's good to see him hit 200 kilos in competition. This year so far, he's done 2 competitions. He's won both. So he's won the Southern qualifier for UKs, and he just won the log and deadlift competition that he competed in last weekend. Next weekend, so I'm competing on Saturday. For those that don't know, I'm competing at the British Masters on Saturday. Looking forward to that. It's going to be really good in Gloucester. The weather looks like it's going to be good, which is nice.
First competition in 2 years.
Yeah, and then Jack is going to be competing on the Sunday.
He is.
A couple of other clients I coach as well. They're competing in the qualifier for England's Strongest Man, which will eventually lead to Britain's Strongest Man. And Jack's looking very, very strong right now.
My eye's gone. What's
What have you
happened
done?
to me? There's a fly, and I think it flew into my eye. It's because we've got the light out and the back door open because it's quite warm. Quite warm today.
It's been nice, hasn't it?
Andrew saying great news about Gav.
Brilliant news.
Strongman Champions League. Hope he comes to Gloucester. Do we have the Gloucester Strongman?
Gav is doing.
Yes.
There's about 5 confirmed so far. Gav is one of them.
Rongo
I believe Rongo, Pavlo Cordiaca.
My goodness, yeah.
I think Kane Francis.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good lineup.
A really good lineup, an interesting mix. That's what I like about Strongman Champions League. It's always interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, there's gonna be 4. I think there's 4 comps in Gloucester. I'm from Gloucestershire originally. I lived in Cheltenham originally, and then I moved to Stroud, and then to Swindon. For those that know the UK, but I was never able to do a big competition in my hometown. So Gloucester's the kind of closest thing. There's a lot of people coming next weekend, I believe. So looking forward to that.
Good to hear about JF on the way
JF
back.
coming back to the Magnuson Classic, which is going to be cool.
Really cool for Maggie as well to have JF use his competition.
Who wouldn't want to see JF competing in that competition?
And apparently it's the first time he will ever compete in Iceland.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he's a well-travelled athlete, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Hope you're well. Will Mitch ever get you to run a marathon or even a 5K? What about Loz?
Will Mitch ever get me or Loz to run a marathon or 5K? I've thought about running before. My kind of
it remained a thought.
my latest thing was thinking about doing a high rocks competition, and then I decided I was just going to do another strongman comp. So my focus right now is the British Masters next weekend, and then the World Masters in December. But I love training for different things. And do you know something? I'm going to say this now because people have gone a bit crazy. They're like, oh, maybe we should be marathon runners to be good at strongman. Let's not get totally confused, okay? Mitch Cooper ran a couple of marathons.
3.
he was not a marathon runner. He's not Mo Farah, for instance, or Paula
he's
Radcliffe.
not, yeah.
You know, he is a guy that has done a lot of sports, and he ran a marathon. A lot of us can do that. Okay, you just have to train for it. He's not built to be a marathon runner. He's much more a sprinter. He's got a lot more fast twitch muscle fibers, very explosive. And likewise, there's people out there that can do strongman competitions, but they're not strongmen. You know, we can all compete at a certain level in anything.
Yeah.
But excelling, you need the right genetics for. And Mitch is much better suited to strongman than he is marathon running.
And yes, that's correct. The Britain's Strongest Master Loz's competition on Saturday. It will be streamed.
No, it won't.
Oh, won't it? Since when did that change?
I found out today, actually.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Apparently, they have issues with Wi-Fi, and official strongman aren't coming down to do it live. But apparently, it's going to be recorded and put out at a later date. Although you'll get behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to film you. Do I film everyone?
No, I think there's too many people to film everyone.
Isn't it? It's like 30 people doing it.
More than that, I think. There's about 50 people in total.
You will get to see all of Loz's stuff, and that will come out quite quickly because you know how I work. It will probably be out on the Sunday. Yeah, there we go. Yes, lots of people planning to be at Gloucester, which is really exciting.
Your daughter is calling you. Do you want to check on her?
Okay, do you want to do
She's in bed,
Steve?
but yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Steve.
Steve, thank you so much for the super chat. Can't stay, but we'll be back later. Would love to hear your thoughts on the Strongman Classic lineup, events and early predictions. Looks a cracker of a show, and I'm glad I bought the VIP tickets for it. Does look like an amazing show. Really, really stacked lineup. I'm looking forward to it. Giants Live announced the events. We haven't done our events video yet, but we will be. That being said, just for you guys that are here right now, I think it's very good events for Mitch Hooper. I think we probably all do. I actually think it's really good events for Evan Singleton and for Alexei Novikov. Those three, I think, probably looked at the events and thought this is good for me. Obviously, Tom and Luke are doing it, both great athletes and can do very, very well. But my early thoughts are actually that Novikov, Hooper, and Evan Singleton will probably like the look at these events more than anyone else. That's not to say that's going to be the top three, but I think we're, just on first initial thoughts, I think they're going to be like, whenever you're an athlete and you get the event sent to you, sometimes you see an event, and other times you're just like, yes, this is my comp. And then obviously you're going to put the training in, etc., etc. Mitch is ridiculously busy right now. We're kind of having to work around his schedule. So training is maybe not going to be as efficient as we'd like it to be. But now is the time to do that, before maybe the Rogue or the Arnolds and Worlds next year. He's going to have to take a back foot off those type of commitments. But right now it's the perfect time for him to be focusing on other things. And we kind of just fit training in and around where we can. Whereas maybe someone like Evan is just focused on this completely. Novikov's pretty quiet at the moment, so who knows what will happen on the day, but I think it's going to be an amazing show. There's so many great athletes lined up for it. It's one I'm going to look forward to, and I'll put a bit more thought into it, see what people are doing, and as always, we'll bring some videos a little bit closer to the time. But thank you, Steve. I hope you have a great evening. We'll catch you soon, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. Steve was just asking about the Strongman Classic and with the events and athletes, the lineup, it looks like a great show.
Oh, it's like a world's strongest man, isn't it? It looks great. I'm really excited for that one. It just it feels so far away.
It does. Lots happening before then, that's why.
Yeah, lots happen like in the very first half of the year, and then a lot later in the year as well.
Someone that was burnt. I got so burnt out after
from Strongman this year after World's Strongest Man. Are you all right, Leslie? Glitching.
Hello. You okay?
We have a member's phone call.
Your sound is all funky. You guys sound like you're on helium.
It sounds like we're on helium.
Oh, do we sound like we're on helium to anyone else?
What's up with your mic? Is your mic plugged in properly?
Yeah, you guys sound like chipmunks.
What's going on with your...
Going nuts with it. That's why
okay, thank you. I'll just check your settings, Lizzie, to make sure. Sorry, guys. It should be... That's the right mic, isn't it?
Yep, Yeti.
Check your gain and stuff on there. Does it sound any better?
The settings haven't changed. It's normal. Hold on, let's see.
Okay, hopefully that's working.
Please don't change the audio.
Apparently, we were sounding like Mickey Mouse.
I don't know why.
Oh,
Should we ham it up a bit?
yeah.
Talk really squeaky.
Does that sound better? Okay.
We're sounding good
All
now.
right. Hopefully that's
Okay.
working. Thank you very much for letting us know. Cheers.
Oh dear. Nicola's going to be in Gloucester next week. Lovely, lovely.
Look forward to seeing you there, Nicola.
Hopefully we sound normal again.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy watching this back and me sounding like Mickey Mouse or something.
Chipmunks, are they on helium? Oh, so weird. Daddy Fred, thank you for the super
This is
chat.
what happens when we have a bit of time.
I
away.
know, we forget how to function.
Yeah.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Saw Hicksey's deadlifts video. I'm really feeling confident he gets the 505. And Loz, good luck next weekend. I will definitely be watching and screaming for you.
Thank you,
for the super chat,
Fred. Appreciate that,
Yeah,
buddy.
Graham's. I saw that he'd put out some videos about
I've seen,
Road 505.
yeah, I've not watched any of the videos yet, but I see he's talking about 505. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I can't see it going again this year.
No,
don't
I mean,
like to be a
what did Hicksey
pessimist.
do last year? He did
He hit
455.
£1,000. Yeah.
Did he try the 475?
No, he didn't. To be
He just
fair.
didn't try it.
No, I don't believe he
Okay.
did try it. No, I think the only person who did was Rano,
Rano got
476.
the 476.
Even Makarov decided to skip that and go straight for the 505 and obviously didn't get it. So,
Look,
yeah.
you guys know I'm a big Hicksey fan. I'd love to see him do something like that. And he's one of the strongest men, there is. He seems to have maybe underperformed slightly in comps, but I think maybe just focusing on a one-off lift is ideal for Hicksey.
Yeah.
505 is a huge target. I mean, I put a video doing 300 kilos for 5 this week, and someone said, "Oh, you're going to have a crack at 505." You don't just have a crack at 505. Jesus, I'd be
No,
happy if
know,
I
that
could
was
end up
funny.
having a crack at 370 as it is, right now. Is 505 is such a ridiculous number, and you can only really appreciate how hard it is when you've pulled 400 kilos, and you kind of, well, I mean, at my absolute best, I'm talking 2014 probably was best on my deadlift. I was maybe good for, I believed I was good for 455.
Yeah, £1,000.
And that kind of weight is ridiculous. To add another 50 kilos to that is just mental. And, the reason it's such a crazy number, and a number that you can't just jump off the seat and do these kind of things. No one's ever done it. That's how hard it is. And people kind of just throw the numbers around like it's nothing.
These comments. Liz sounds like Mickey Mouse. We don't know what happened, guys. Do I now identify as a Smurf? Oh no. Hopefully everything sounds normal now. Yeah, literally a million comments about our voices. Okay. All right, hold on.
Hopefully.
Please confirm if it's okay.
Yeah, Shane Flowers is also at the SCL.
Ah, yes, Unbreakable Promotions. He'll be putting it on. Who's also doing your competition next weekend?
Yeah, he's got a lot of good comps coming up in Gloucester this year.
Yeah.
So Unbreakable Promotions, they're putting on the qualifier for the Brits. Well, the qualifier for, it's a really confusing one, isn't it? What's the competition the day after the women's British called?
Oh.
It's like the qualifier for
The one in
Doncaster.
Doncaster.
England's strongest man, isn't
It's
it?
England's strongest. So the one they're doing next Sunday is a qualifier for the England's competition, and that England's will be a qualifier for Britain's strongest man. Yeah. So there's not actually going to be many invitations to Britain's strongest man this year. By the looks of it, there's only going to be a few. Yeah. And everyone else has to qualify for it. So it's interesting.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And next weekend, there's so many up and coming British guys that are, trying to get their name out there. So it's going to be a great comp. I'm obviously competing on the Saturday, and then lots of these up and coming talented athletes on the Sunday. I'm looking forward to watching them, to be honest.
There we go. David, thank you for the super chat. Loz, wanted to wish you good luck in your competition. Are you feeling fresh and ready?
Oh, fresh and ready.
Loz never feels fresh and ready.
I've had last weekend I went and trained with some of the kit and I felt pretty good. This week has been a real stressful week for me. Didn't have a great session yesterday. But then I look at what I actually did and it wasn't too bad. So when I kind of think of it logically, I don't think I'm in too bad a position. I would say log lifting wise, I'm massively down. Deadlift starting to kind of creep back up, but it's still massively down on what I would call is good for me. I'd say my events aren't bad. I think I'll do very well on the Viking walk. I think the yoke into farmers I should do very well at. I mean,
Those
you
are
know,
two good
training,
events, yeah.
I was so sort of just tired and not up for training yesterday. I had no
Yeah.
motivation at all. And the warm-ups felt absolutely terrible. And then I managed to sort of pick myself up for a couple of working sets. But I feel pretty good. I think for this level of competition, I'm good enough at everything to be competitive. There's a number of really good athletes competing. A couple of guys is coming over as guests that have beaten, like there's one guy coming over, I think he's coming over from Norway, and he beat Mark Felix recently in a competition. So there's some good guys that are doing this. But I think strategically and when I kind of look at the events, I shouldn't do too badly on anything.
You should be.
I'm quite good at getting the best out of me on the day as well. And I feel pretty relaxed about it. I'm not sort of stressed or worried about, you know, I think when I was a pro, you put a lot of pressure on yourself because
Yeah, of
obviously,
course.
firstly, you're thinking about prize money. Secondly, you're thinking about qualifying for a competition or having to perform. Whereas right now, I'm just enjoying training. And I'm just looking forward to competing, having fun with the guys, and just putting on a show, really. But I'm pretty relaxed about it and looking forward to it.
Interestingly, on Rick's phone, it was dodgy. On the TV, it was normal. And it's fine for Nicola, which means it's not an us problem. It's a YouTube problem.
I don't know.
It's definitely a YouTube
up,
problem. YouTube has problems.
Auntie Liz has problems. She likes blaming them on other people. Usually me.
Sound like Greg Duchette. Oh dear. Loz sounds off, but Liz's sounds fine to me.
See, everyone's saying different things, aren't they?
Yeah. Loz is a Muppet. That's nothing to do with the audio, though.
I know.
Okay. Freddie, you're going to call them and tell them the sounds off. Devon's forearm. What's up, Loz and Liz? I love that Devon's forearm has a.
Now let's scroll down now because this is all about the audio, and hopefully the audio is okay now. I don't want to be saying this.
Yeah.
Just
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Tom, thank you so much for the super chat. Just got my tickets for Gloucester Keys. Can't wait, and we'll be cheering for you. Loz, what events are you looking forward to, and what are you nervous about?
I'm probably most nervous about the log, just due to injuries and it just not being that good anymore. I wouldn't say I'm nervous. It's probably the event that I'm most concerned about. Really looking forward to the Viking Walk, just because it's a cool looking event. Looking forward to all of it, really. I guess I'm most nervous about sort of my body holding out. That's the biggest fear these days. I miss being young and being fearless. Just having no fear at all was great. I was willing to put my body on the line. Whereas now I get the slightest twinge and it sort of scares me and I hold back. So that's the probably only biggest concern. But this week I'll be focusing quite hard on my nutrition. Was thinking about maybe doing a video that maybe some athletes or like newer athletes would find useful in terms of how I deload, what kind of food I'm eating the week before a competition, what I'll do to make sure my body's kind of feeling good this week. So I might do something like that. But I feel good. Aches and pains. I live with aches and pains, so that's just normal. But yeah, overall, I think my physio last week when I saw him, he said, for a man that's been through everything that you've been through and the amount of injuries you've had, you're in okay shape. So I took that as a compliment.
The audio hasn't fixed for a lot of people.
Okay,
so
this
if
is
we
weird.
sound really high pitched, we do not know why. We're very sorry. Leighton, thank you for the super chat and for telling us. I thought I was watching Kermit and Miss Piggy with those voices. As long as it's only the voices that are reminding you of that. No. Oh.
I sound like Timmy Mallet, apparently.
I have no idea why.
What have you done, Lizzie?
I haven't done anything. I plugged in the mic and you turn the mic on. That is literally the extent of what you need to do. Hold on. I'm going to listen to it myself on here.
I plugged in the mic and you turn the mic on.
Are you sure these are all right?
The wire is in the wire hole. Those are the exact same settings they always are.
That is weird.
All right, we'll have to try and talk really deep to compensate.
Okay, well, we're just going to have some weird voices for today.
Yeah, sorry, guys. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, especially for me. Right.
Loz sounds like he took helium.
We just thought we'd do it for a change, you know.
Oh, Geordie saying got tickets for the Strongman Classic and the seminar the day after. Very excited.
Good man, good man. Yes, Mitch and myself are doing a seminar in London the day after. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Literally every comment is about the sound. I would do something about it, but you guys that know this channel regularly know that I'm not going to be able to fix it.
This, like, I don't know what on earth we could possibly do. I don't know. The settings haven't been meddled with.
Loz
Nothing.
just sounds like a normal non-strongman person.
That's not so bad then. Other people saying it's good.
Well, there you go. Hopefully it's not too off-putting.
We can't ever watch this back. We've read that one. Miss Piggy. Thank you, Leighton.
Who's Kermit and who's Miss Piggy?
That's true. Loz is still Mickey Mouse. It's no better, but I think we're just used to it now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Sorry, guys. If we knew how to fix it, we would 100% fix it. We do not want to be chipmunks.
You're going to have to look into this.
Loz sounds better. Liz sounds weirder than before. Oh, dear. Right. I try and find a strongman related question. Can't even pay attention, laughing too much. Oh, no. Oh.
What's that? Okay.
Nothing interesting. Yeah, this is the new normal now. We're just high-pitched people living our best high-pitched life. It's not fixed, but we can hear every word and it's funny. I literally can't find a single comment that's not about... Oh, here we go. I'll click on it because it's strongman. How many World Strongest Man finals do you think Luke Stockman has left?
Well, I really don't know.
No, it's hard to
It's
say.
a hard
isn't it?
question. Luke's a great strongman.
So dependent on
Event dependent,
events, yeah.
you know. He needs a good year this year, so he kind of gets a favourable kind of position in a group and stuff. But I think Luke's a great strongman. You can give him a certain set of events, he's unbelievable. You give him the wrong set of events, he's not quite so good. So a lot of it with Luke is just the right competition on the right day and how he feels in himself. I mean, you know, he's closing in on 40, so I wouldn't think he's got that many more years left, but he started a little bit later than some guys. And, you know, at the end of the day, only he can answer that.
Well, even he can't answer that, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but like,
Only
him in
yeah.
himself knows how he feels.
Yeah,
I don't know
course.
how he feels in himself.
Yeah.
Myself at that, like his age, I was battered. Like my body was just breaking down, whereas he's not, you know, relatively injury-free and feeling okay.
Yeah.
But I started much younger than him as well and
Of
had like a
course.
longer career. So
It's all about mileage, isn't it?
yeah.
Max, thank you so much for becoming a member. If you are just joining the stream, we do not know why we sound like chipmunks, but we are rolling with it. And yeah, this is just the channel now. But we're powering through. We're powering through. Nicola saying all of the athletes meet and do photos and autographs at the end after they finish competing. Presumably, you're talking about Giants Live there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stay after the competition on Saturday next weekend if people want to come and see us. But I'm not sure that it's not like at a Giants Live where there's proper sort of meet and greets. But if you are coming to Gloucester, then and you want to meet me, I'll be more than happy to stay afterwards as long as needed.
Yeah.
Auntie Liz, not so much.
I'll have the kids,
She's got the
and
kids.
I've got to take them home. Yeah, but I will, like, you know, I won't run the second it's done. I will stay for a minute.
There's some questions.
Which
here.
one?
There's questions here about this competition. Chris's question.
Chris. Loz, how was training on the Viking walk the other day? It seems like a very raw and technical lift.
I really enjoyed it. It's one of those that you have to be a little bit careful with. It's very easy to get wrong. You need to make sure the biggest issue is getting it balanced right. For me, once you've got it balanced, it's very much like a yoke. So once I was kind of set right, I felt like I could move quite comfortably with it. But even so, you still have to make sure you don't make any mistakes. So on the day, I will be quite methodical and make sure I'm getting it in the right position before sort of rushing off.
Adam, all things strongman, can't wait for the Strongman Classic. Hopefully see you two there. We will 100%
Will
be
indeed.
there. Makes lovely graphics, does Adam, all things strongman.
It does.
Lovely graphics. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. In between sets, I wanted to pop in and say hello. Are you guys coming to the Shore Classic? Would love to meet you in person.
Hey, Jordan. Hope you're training hard.
Thank you, Jordan.
Unfortunately, we won't be at the Shore Classic. I think our next trip to America will probably be Texas
Yeah,
for
Rogue
the Rogue
Invitational.
Invitational.
Yeah.
So
When
yeah,
is that? October.
yeah.
Mm.
So we have got quite a few things more Europe wise, but
Yeah.
we won't be in the States now until October.
And then we'll be in West Virginia in end of
December.
November, early
November, yeah.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Florida after that.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely. Loz sounds like Alvin.
Does that make you Simon or Theodore?
I'll be Theodore. Theodore's cutest. What's your goal position, Loz?
Goal position?
Yeah.
As in goal for the competition? Or
Oh, I don't know. I was thinking football.
goal position?
Goal position.
Would be
We're in the Goldie stand. I don't know. What is your target position? First, surely.
Yeah, I'll go to the competition to win.
Yeah.
But the focus isn't to win. The focus is to hit my targets in terms of performance. If that makes sense. Like, I don't really think about anyone else. It's weird to say, but like my mind is not about who I'm against. I've had people message me, "Oh, who are you against?" I don't know. I haven't looked at the list of athletes,
Yeah.
and I was quite like I'm quite like that with all my competitions that I did, because it's very easy to psych yourself out when you look who's in a competition against you. And I know from experience, you just can't worry about that. You never know how it's going to go. So it's just all about controlling what I can do. And yeah, I'll go there to win. But the focus is I've set myself targets on each event that I want to try and hit. And I think if I can hit the top end of those targets, then I can definitely win. If I'm sort of in the middle end of those targets, I'll have a chance. And if I'm not, then I'm going to struggle. But you just don't know until the day. But I feel good. I feel like I don't have any bad events. I think I can score decent points on pretty much most of them, which will make me hard to beat overall, I think.
Interestingly, Andy, thank you for the super chat. I also have the SpaceX launch on, and that sounds off. Presumably, you're watching that on YouTube. I was just googling it to see if it's an issue for everyone. But there you go. We don't know. This is just how we are now.
Yeah.
Is it April 1st?
Someone saying that Luke should concentrate on the log lift record. I think he's very close to the log lift record, so it would be a good idea to see him get it. He's capable. But it just depends on his goals, you know. It all comes down to what the individual athlete wants to focus on.
How's Bobby doing post World's Strongest Man? Let's see.
Bobby's he's doing well, actually. Training wise, he's doing great, but he's got a lot going on. He's having to move his gym, and he's quite stressed with a few other things. So we're just having a bit of a downtime in terms of intense training, but he's still working hard. You know, he's working on fitness. His conditioning's improved a lot, and he's still strong as hell. It's Bobby Thompson, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Sway Station asking, has Mitch got the bug to do more World's Strongest Mans? He said originally he would stop after one to just boost his exposure.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got the bug massively. Yeah. He's like fallen in love with the sport. Huge.
Yeah. Mitch wants to win. He wants to win the Shore Classic and the Rogue Invitational this year.
He was, after Worlds, he was talking about, what would I have to win to be the greatest of all time? How many of this would I have to win? How many of this? So yeah, I think it's safe to say Mitch is loving strongman life and being the world's strongest man. Not sure I can take this seriously. Well, if you can normally take us seriously, then kudos to you. This is just another fun element.
There is a link to, if you go onto Mitch Hooper's
Instagram. Yes.
Let me just check if it's on there.
Yes, Loz will see. I think it's in the bio of Mitch Hooper's Instagram. I think the website's called worldstrongestseminar.com, something like that.
Yeah, if you go on Mitch Hooper's Instagram,
yes,
in the bio, there is a link directly to it.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's a link to all 3 seminars that we have currently planned.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite an exclusive event, isn't it? Yeah. It's not going to be like hordes of people or anything. So if you want to get in.
It's going to be an event where you get to come and lift with us, and should be fun.
There you go. Loz, can you please check the phone for member chats?
Sure. I'll have a look now.
Uncle Loz, please buy me the same shoes you got Alexa so I can clear the height for the Viking walk. Haha. Alex Lingo, bless him. You both sound fine through the YouTube app on TV and phone, but weird using YouTube through Google Chrome. Yeah.
Must be some weird thing going on.
What do you think about Tom's chances in the Classic? Oh, it's going to be so interesting. We were looking at results from all these different events. So the nickel walk, I think it's safe to say Kevin Ferris wins that. Mitch Hooper is the closest to him in distance out of everyone who's ever done it. I think Tom is about 4th or 5th. But there's guys doing it this year who have never done it before. There are guys who have done it once, not done well, but they didn't necessarily do it well. Like the 2 Pavlos, neither of them used a hook grip last time when they did it in Glasgow. So knowing that now and seeing them come back with that new technique will be interesting. What else are they doing? Yoke, I think Mitch and Evan 1 and 2 on the yoke.
Novikov's good as well.
Novikov's good. Bibby's good as well.
Bibby's very good.
Bibby shows up, not like physically, but you know, shows up and does what he's capable of doing. Deadlift, Mitch, Tom,
Novikov.
Alexei.
Yeah.
Evan, on his day, Evan
not quite as good for reps as those guys, but he's still decent. I was saying earlier, I think Evan, Novikov, and Mitch, they're really good events for all 3 of them.
Yeah. To be fair, they are. Viking press is great for Evan.
Yeah. I mean, Tom's an amazing strongman, so if he's training hard for it and comes in shape, then he's going to be a threat. But my early thoughts when I saw the events and I saw the athletes was those 3. I think those 3 could have a great battle. Remember, at the moment, Mitch, and I've said this, I think Mitch can win. I think the events are amazing for Mitch, but he's extremely busy. He's on talk shows almost every day.
He's not event training, is he?
Yeah, he's got a month of traveling around, collabing with people where he's not going to be able to train events. So it's pretty much just gym-based training. He's doing a lot of collabing with CrossFitters and stuff like that. So there's a lot distracting from his prep. And like I said, like now's the time for him to do these type of things, because when it comes to the Rogue Invitational or Worlds next year, he needs to be focused. But it's going to make prep not ideal.
Yeah.
I still think he's going to turn up and do well. He's just the kind of guy that can, and he's very athletic and he's adapted well to the events. And we'll still get 3 weeks of decent event training in beforehand. But you know, someone like Evan Singleton might just be solely focused on this.
Yeah.
Novikov might be solely focused on this. So Tom might decide he wants to just smash this competition. Like for the last few years, Tom has focused more on Worlds, whereas maybe he's thinking, okay, I lost the Worlds title. I want to go and win this one.
This is his first Giants Live since Britain's 2022. Yeah. So, Michael, thank you for the super chat. Loz, when walking backwards on the treadmill, do you have the speed set or not? Good luck next weekend. Love the channel.
Thank you, mate. No, I keep it turned off. So I have the machine turned off. So I've actually got to really work quite hard to get the belt moving. If you have the speed on, it's a little bit too easy.
Yeah. I think these might be the member chats. Can't wait to go to the Strongman Classic again on my birthday. Such a stacked lineup. It's going to be so good. Really excited for this one. Some great characters there as well. Lungu, thank you, Alex. Oh, he super chatted it. Sorry, Alex, we saw it in the end. But yes.
It was good to see you yesterday, buddy. And Alex is competing next Sunday and he's looking really good. His training yesterday was really good. So looking forward to watching you next week, buddy.
Yeah. So it's a YouTube live issue right now. Honestly, I get so much crap from you. Lizzie,
rightly so.
What have you done? Lizzie, fix it. Austin, thank you for the super chat. Planning to go to the Rogue Invitational this year. Excited to meet y'all. How would you rate the fan experience? Quite long wait times between events. It is a long wait between events. There's quite a lot to do there. Like before you go into the Dell Diamond, there's this big outdoor space with lots of things that you can try and shopping and stuff like that. There's a really nice salt lick nearby as well. Literally just 2-minute walk away, isn't there, if you like barbecue. And we just, in between events, we're just sort of mooching around. So it's, in terms of actually getting close to athletes, seeing and speaking to people, it's a really good experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like the Rogue Invitational.
And of course, you can watch the CrossFit if you want to.
I really like CrossFit, so it's quite cool seeing like the mixture of incredible athletes. But yeah, it's quite laid back. Like, well, if you're like Mitch and us, it's quite laid back. Some athletes will stay backstage and they don't want to sort of mingle as much. But the 3 of us are quite happy to just kind of be out chatting to people and talking. The only thing is sometimes when I've got to go to the commentary desk, sometimes I've got to kind of shoot off and people are trying to talk to me and I've got to be there at a certain time. But, so if I kind of just suddenly say I've got to go, then don't be offended.
Yeah. I'm never in a rush though, so you can chat to me. Andreas, thank you for the super chat. Health worries are good. I'm 50 now. I'm being a strength athlete for 35 years. Result, ruined knee, shoulders, lats, biceps, 16
disc prolapses.
Jesus Christ, 9 of it. A right leg with almost no feeling and only 50% power. Be careful. Christ.
Look, it's not just strength athletes in any sport. If you are pushing your body to the limit, I know footballers that their knees and their ankles are completely ruined, their backs are ruined. Even drivers, there's so many people that have kind of ruined their body doing certain things. You just need to try and look after your body as much as you can, and kind of my philosophy is just keep going. I will never stop training. I will work around things and keep training all the time. But yeah, obviously you have to be, think about your body. Something that I do now with myself and maybe like older clients that I coach, we might go a lot lighter on assistance work than maybe some of my younger athletes that I push a lot harder. It's more just prioritizing what you need to work hard on, what you need to focus more on: recovery, rehab, injury prevention. So just kind of, try. I think we can keep enjoying sport and do it to a grand old age. Maybe not as good as we could at a certain point. I know, I'm not the same person I was in my late 20s, early 30s, but I'm still pretty good and I still enjoy it. So I think if you're enjoying stuff, you can keep working hard and you might adapt to new things as well.
Alex has just bought a ticket to the seminar, coming by myself, so hopefully we'll meet some fellow lesbians.
Awesome.
That's cool. You're just going to be with like-minded people, so it will be nice. Andy, do you think that the Ultimate Strongman comps will ever move indoors like Giants Live did? They did do an indoor competition 2016.
I won their world championships, didn't I?
Indoors,
that was in Newcastle. It was indoors.
I think that might be the only time they've done an
indoor. They've done a couple. I know they did one in, I think it was in Denmark. They did a competition indoors.
Oh, okay.
For the most part, they tend to do outdoors, but I don't think they're against it. It's just they seem to do a lot more focus on outdoor shows.
How about Gav winning Strongman Champions League? That's a feather in his cap.
Yeah, absolutely. Said that at the start of the video. So good to see Gav winning competition. And it doesn't matter who's in the competition. Winning is hard. It's a real skill to be able to win, and getting that first international win is a big deal. Lots of great athletes have not won, competitions before, or some have only won very few. So getting that, it's really good to see.
What's the weather forecast for next weekend?
It looks good at the moment.
Good. Yeah, it's looking dry, sunny, mild, like late teens, early 20s Celsius, obviously, for those across the pond. But yeah, looking good. Fingers crossed. If anything, it just stays dry.
Yeah, right now it's saying it's going to be sort of 21 degrees.
And sunny.
So hopefully it will stay kind of like that. And
Jiminy Crickets, thank you for the super chat. Does your strategy going into the weekend include a 5-stone run or a fast 4? I don't think many finished these stones last year. Thoughts?
The stones are not as heavy. So I checked this because last year they went up to 200 kilos. This year it's 180 kilos, the last one, which will make it more doable. I think like originally, if it was the same set as last year at the SCL, my goal was to focus on 4 fast. But now, well, my strategy will depend on where I'm placed going into the stones. But my goal, is to do all 5. You want to win if you want to finish a comp lifting all the stones.
The 5th stone,
I think with masters, we're all a bit older, a bit battered, and you've got to listen to the body. We've got the over 40s and the over 50 guys competing as well. So we'll see. It's got 6 events that we have to do. The young lads on the Sunday only doing 5 events.
Outrageous.
Us old boys are doing 6 events.
Honestly.
We're putting these young lads to shame.
This is where the dodgy knees and stuff start coming in, honestly. Michael, they won't let him do that at his gym, walk backwards without the machine switched on. You need a new gym, Michael.
Yeah, either a new gym or you can also use a sled. If your gym has a sled or like a tank,
backwards walker with a sled. Yeah,
something like that works really well.
There we go. Yes, there is an audio issue with YouTube Lives right now. It's not us, it's them. But we are embracing it, and this is just it.
It just adds to the experience.
Yes. If we're being boring, at least our voices aren't boring. Scotty, thank you for the super chat. Good luck for next weekend. Could you have performed well at your peak, the weight you are now, or did the extra bulk help back then?
I could have performed well at sort of the 140 mark. Right now I'm about 135, so I've put a little bit of weight back on. I was 123 in December. That was the lightest I got to. And now I'm about 135, 136 kilos. So at 142, I was very good at deadlifting in 2014.
Yeah.
I think my best weight for strongman was around 155. I was strong and could still move. My biggest was 170, and I was very strong on squat, so I was very strong on pressing.
Deadlift
wasn't so good, and my fitness was diabolical. So it's getting the right combination. I think for me as a pro, around the 155 mark was kind of where I needed to be. That perfect weight varies for everyone. You know, if you're 6'6" or 6'10", you're going to be a lot heavier than someone that's 5'5", and a lot of people make that mistake. They kind of, especially in the past, I see like Zydrunas was close to 200 kilos, and someone 5'5" is thinking I need to be 200 kilos. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You need to find the right weight for you. But there's certain things I could do very well lighter, and then there'd be weaknesses as well. So it would all be about finding that balance of being as good all round as possible. But I'm still not too bad, and I think I could have been probably better. My biggest weakness, I guess, when I was doing strongman as a pro is I didn't really focus on the nutritional side of things, and that could have been better for sure.
Andres, thank you for the super chat. To finish the story, this is the battered strength athlete. Sorry, Andres. I have my next strongman event in September, so no regret and still having fun.
Perfect. That's what it's all about. I think, you know, Andres and myself will probably get on well and have a lot of war stories.
Yeah.
But we're still there, still enjoying it.
Pruitt, thank you for the super chat. Ever thought about posting your videos to Rumble as well? You guys are the last of my YouTube watching.
Do you know what? There's a few people that mentioned this, one of which was my mum telling me I need to get on Rumble. And I know what it is now. For a long time, I was like, Rumble? What the hell's Rumble?
I still don't know what it
it's
is.
like another video platform. So maybe it's something we need to look into. A lot of people are kind of switching over to Rumble. But if you're a Rumble fan, let us know. If you'd like to see our videos on there, then maybe we can share it to the platform as well.
Royal Rumble. Daddy Fred, thank you for the super chat. Okay, everyone, stop saying you're going to Gloucester. You are making me jealous. Sorry, Fred. We'll be back in the States 2 more times. I realized this year.
When I posted up about Gloucester, a lot of people in the States were like, how do you say Gloucester? It's like Gloucester.
Gloucestershire. Yeah, Gloucester or Gloucestershire. Yeah. Jiminy Crickets, thank you for the super chat. New strategy: win the comp without having to do the stones. Wow, that's the dream.
That's not the new strategy. That's the original strategy. That's always the strategy. Win the comp before the last event.
It's interesting.
Unfortunately, it's very rare that it happens.
It's such a big lineup. There's about, I mean, obviously, there's going to be some dropouts. There always is. But if everyone was to turn up, it's going to be about 30 guys. So every event is worth a lot of points, but you can also drop a huge amount of points too, can't you? So just consistency is key for anyone who wants to be in contention to win. And I'm sure you're going to be consistent enough to place very, very well.
I hope so.
If not, you're not allowed home. Oh dear. Very happy for once that Gloucester is only an hour-and-a-half drive. There you go, Jane. Hopefully we get to see you there. Leiden, thank you for the super chat. Get your stats out for the lads. My stats are coming again soon because we've been working on a greatest rivalries in strongman video. So we've got lots of like longer format videos, you know, the top 10 type things. They just take such a long time to do. They this one especially, because I've been writing the script, but at the same time I've been going back and watching a ton of footage to find out that things that people said about each other and all this sort of stuff. I've been like, you know, getting all the tea. It's been a fun one, but it's just been taking a while.
Yeah.
It's a far right version of YouTube, Lozzie.
I'm sorry.
We're Switzerland. We're very neutral.
I've never even looked at it yet.
There you go.
Get told to do things by people, and then I'm like, oh, I can't cope with another thing to do.
I get told to do things by people. Oh dear.
Tried TikTok, but that was just, I can't get on with TikTok.
No, we did try TikTok. Right, I'm just going to pin this comment.
Which comment's that?
Oh, why won't it let me pin it?
Why are you trying to pin it?
Because it's Leighton's that he keeps saying to try and...
I can probably pin it.
Lozzie will pin it. There we go. Loz made the 2009 World's Strongest Man final with 2 events spare. Did you? Two events
I
spare?
did indeed.
Blimey. That was a good run, Lozzie.
That was a good one. And no one was talking about me getting through that group as well. I was kind of like probably, there's 3 or 4 guys in the group that everyone was like talking about. No one was talking about me. I came second on the loading. Then I won the car walk. I won the deadlift, and I won the truck pull.
Okay, apparently it's not far right at all. Apologies. Like I said, don't know what it is.
You don't know.
Stirring up trouble. I don't know.
I'm there saying I don't know, and then you're kind of giving me shit.
Brandon, if you keep these voices, you can do a talking strongman with Loz pretending to be Paro Dwyer. I really enjoy this channel and appreciate you guys. Thank you, Brandon. Oh dear, we've started a row now.
There you go. What's
Summer Johnson, any recommendations for must do things in London? I have a lot of time there outside of Static Monsters. Imperial War Museum is a must after training, of course. Must do things in London. I don't really like visiting London. I know that's terrible, but I don't like.
We took Rauno, didn't we? That was fun.
We did, and we had a lovely day. To be fair, so you want to go close to where, like Westminster Bridge and that.
There's
area,
a lot to do in London.
The London
Depends
Eye.
kind of what you're into. There's so much to do.
Yeah, there's lots of great shopping in London.
Madame Tussauds is fun.
Yeah, but that's crap, and you can do that anywhere. There's loads of them everywhere, isn't there?
Well, there's not loads, but
there's a few. It's just wax. It's wax. The Natural History Museum is really nice. Yeah. You can ride the underground if you're brave enough. There's lots to see and do in London. You're just But
there's loads.
We're probably not the best people to ask, are we? We went on a Thames River cruise as well. That was nice.
Yeah.
You fell asleep.
I was tired.
But yeah, certainly so much stuff to do in London.
Yeah, it's good. And to be fair, London's only hour and a half, 2 hours from us.
Oh, yeah. Not that. Yeah, it's close to us, but we don't go.
No, but I'm just saying you can come and train with me.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, get out of London, hop on a train, and you can train with Loz instead.
There we go.
There we go. I became a member to mess with Mitch. Oh dear. The museums, the battleship. I forget what it's called.
There's loads in London.
HMS Belfast. Yes. London is full of Southerners. That's the biggest problem. How dare you, Andy? You're on a live stream with 2 Southerners. There's some good tricks at the last event in Gloucester.
Rauno's in.
Where is he? Rauno, hi, laughy face. Fucking lot to walk. There was a lot of walking Rauno. And to be fair to him, he did this 2 days after pulling a 476 kilo Masters deadlift world record.
Who was more tired, him or you?
He was more visibly tired. I was trying to hide it. I was battered as well. But to be fair, we'd had such a busy weekend. Like competition days, I'm on my feet running around. I do more steps that day than I do most weeks put together.
You don't move.
I'm like a primordial ooze.
Yeah. On your seat.
And then the Sunday, we had a stressful day trying to get Rauno's luggage back. And that was a lot of rushing around, wasn't it? And then straight into the Monday. And it was warm. And we did walk a lot. How many steps did we do, Rauno? Can you remember?
We did about 20,000, didn't we?
Yeah.
Maybe more. I don't know. It was a lot for Rauno.
It was a lot for Rauno and me. Yeah. Lewis was all right. You were all right.
I'd struggle more now.
Yeah.
I was fitter
then. Nicola saying we won't make it at the weekend as planned. We'll have to look forward to Glasgow Giants Live. Is there any of the Giants Live events you are planning on attending? We're going to all of them.
Yeah, we'll be at all the Giants Live. So if you come into any Giants Live show, we will see you there, guys.
And Rauno will be at the one in Cardiff for sure.
Yes, he will.
How rude, Andy, from a Southerner. God, now we've got him fighting about north and south and far right and left. What have we done?
Causing trouble.
Just concentrate on our voices again. Oh yeah, London Tower, Dungeon.
Yeah, there's lots.
British Museum, Kensington Park. There is a lot to do in London. Yes. Rauno Hainler, USA fan here. Oh dear.
10 kilometers, he said we walked,
10 kilometers. There you go.
which for us is a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was in a relatively short space of time
Yeah.
as well. Jiminy Crickets, thank you for the super chat. Okay, new strategy: win the comp without the stones, but be obnoxiously arrogant about it to your competitors as they compete for second. Oh, do you really think Loz could do that?
even pretending I mess it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Carl, looking forward to meeting you at the weekend. I've been training Viking Log for Strongman Champions League. It'd be good to see it in person.
Cool. It's a fun event. It's hard. I think it's hard to replicate in training. I've seen a lot of people trying to use a log. I arrogantly just knew I'd be good at it.
Yeah.
Because I'm very good at adapting to different logs. I think one of the advantages, like people like Rauno or myself have, having done Strongman for so long, is that we just had to, you didn't know events a lot of the time. So you just got good at adapting. And I would go and train with different kit every week. I go somewhere different, train with different kit. And I just learned to adapt quite quickly to different bits of kit. Something like Alex was in earlier. A lot of people get so anal about everything now. They want things to be perfect.
Of the log?
Yeah. How wide are they? What are the width of the handles? How long are they? How tall are they?
What color is
I've never asked those questions.
No.
Like, the promoter sent me the rules today. He's like, "Is that all cool?" Yep, no problem. I don't care.
Yeah.
I will adapt. And we were doing stones the other day, and the mats had like a bit of a gap. So there's a gap about that far where you kind of want to put your foot. And everyone was getting upset about it. I was like, guys, just roll it slightly to the left and stop stressing. And I think if you want to be a good athlete, you need to be able to adapt, especially in strongman, because you will get comps where something's just random happens, or it's, you've got to be able to be quite laid back and adaptable. Don't get too used to always needing the right shoes, always having the same bar, always having the same music, always kind of lifting in the same place, always using the same weights. Just don't let your mindset go to that, because it's not going to happen. Sometimes you'll be at a comp and you'll be on a slant and you'll have a wooden platform on some grass that's kind of sinking.
Remember the Cardiff venue last year? They were warming up in the yard on a slope for the Deadlift World Championships.
Yeah.
Because there was literally no other space at that venue large enough to accommodate a warming up area. What if it had been raining? They'd be doing it in the rain, wouldn't they? There was no alternative.
No.
You have to be adaptable.
Yeah.
Nicola, can you cover the weekend events at Gloucester Saturday and Sunday? I will be covering Saturday. I'm not going to be there on Sunday.
No, she won't be there Sunday. But I'll try and get a little bit of footage from Sunday, because I've got a few guys that are competing, but my focus is going to be kind of coaching them and supporting them. But you'll get some good stuff from the Saturday. And I believe they will be recording it for Official Strongman. It just won't be live.
Yeah. Levi, what comp are you most looking forward to? The Masters this weekend or the Gathering in August? Good luck for it. My friend Alex will be competing.
I'm really looking forward to this one in Gloucester, just for personal reasons. My family's going to be there. Both my daughters are coming. Hopefully Lewis comes as well. My mum's going to be there. You're going to be there. Lots of people are coming to watch. So I'm looking forward to just having a big show in what I consider a hometown. I used to live in Gloucester, and I know a lot of people there. I always love coming up to Scotland, and the Gathering is an amazing kind of event and place that is the kind of competition's held. We love going up to Scotland.
Yeah, we love Scotland.
This is the first time I've ever been able to do anything in Gloucester, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to Scotland because we're staying 4 nights.
Yeah,
and
of course, nice. Different reasons.
Yeah, I'm not competing in either. So, if you're just joining us, there's an issue with YouTube Lives apparently, and everyone sounds like chipmunks. So, yeah, that's what's going on. And Jiminy Crickets, thanks for the super chat. This is the last day I can talk to Loz about the competition without risking him getting mad and giving me 20 rep squats.
30 reps for you.
30 for you, just for the cheek of it all. Oh, can you talk about the events? Oh, yeah.
For which comp?
On the Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, sure. Yes. They have the exact same event. So the events for the Saturday, we have log lift reps, which is 130 kilos for the I think it's 130 kilos for the over 40s and 110 for the over 50s. We've got deadlift for reps, which is 300 for the 40s, 270, I believe, for the 50s. There's the Viking walk, which is 280 kilos, I believe, for everyone. I might be wrong about that. I don't know what the weight is for the over 50s for that. There's a weight for height throw.
Over 50s?
There's over 50s.
Oh, I
as
didn't
well.
realize.
Yeah, there's two classes.
Right, okay.
There's a weight for height throw, which is 18 to 26 kilos. And I think it's over 4.5 meters.
Yeah, 4.5 meters.
The Atlas stones are 100 to 180 kilos. What have I missed out? Oh, the yoke into farmers is 350 kilo yoke into 140 kilo hand farmers walk. And then the guys on the Sunday have the exact same events, although they don't have the Viking walk, but their deadlift is 320 kilos as opposed to 300.
There you go. And that.
But everything else is the exact same.
Yeah. Scotty Lace, thank you for the super chat. Would you compete in the Giants Live World's Strongest Nation if you
I would?
asked?
Yeah, I would, because you can pick and choose events.
And look
so
good.
like there's a couple of I still believe there's events I can be really competitive at. I mean, yokes, farmers walks, Viking walk, grip events, I can still do very well at. And that's why the team comp kind of works quite well for someone like maybe myself or Mark Felix or Terry Hollands to do, because we can still do some things very well. What we can't do is compete in a whole competition at that level. So for that reason, yeah, I would if I was asked, but I've not been asked, so it's not a consideration right now.
Yeah. Do we know what the events are for the Royal Albert Hall? We do. They're the Nicholstone Walk. There's a super yoke, axle deadlift for reps, Viking press, and the Atlas stones. So looking forward to that one. Yeah. Nice to see a yoke back in competition. Don't get many just like standard yokes anymore. Yeah. Like they used a car walk a couple of times, but
goes through phases.
It does. Have we addressed Liz's upcoming birthday and is Loz getting her the beanbag outfit? I would enjoy that. Nicely spotted, Mrs. DS, on my Instagram stories. Oh dear. Oh yeah, someone's answered that question. We have a chipmunk effect on our voices.
Yeah, apparently, we thought it was us. It's not us. There is a YouTube live issue.
Loz thought it was me. He's like, Lizzie, what have you done? What did you change? He's like going into settings, telling me to fix things. Yeah. It's a YouTube live issue. A big party at Liz's place. I will bring Dutch. We're actually going to Istanbul for my birthday, aren't we?
Yeah, nice. Couple of days away. Just no strongman, no kids.
Break. Yes, just a little weekend away. So that would be really nice. Looking forward to that. Just only 2 weeks away, Lozzie. How exciting.
Less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. Okay. Oh, hold on. What's the difference? Yeah, this is something people ask a lot because of straps and everything. Hey, Loz, always figured, what's the difference between a deadlift and axle in strongman when using the figure of eights? Other than the height differences, it always just seems a bit odd reducing the grip part on axle.
To be honest, the axle would almost be pointless without straps because people's grip would give up so quickly.
It's such light weight.
Compared to what they're capable of lifting. Also, the axle has no flex whatsoever. So it's essentially a deadlift that's slightly lower and the bar is slightly further away from you. So 2 elements there that make it harder. Essentially, the axle is a harder deadlift. You don't get any flex, so you are pulling the entire weight off the floor from the initial drive off the floor. So you need a lot of power off the floor, a lot of leg power to initiate that pull. And because of the thickness, it's kind of pulling you forward, so it's harder to sort of kind of keep in a strong position and not allow your hips to shoot up or fall forward. So just essentially the actual deadlift is harder than a normal bar to pull.
Yeah. A question about your comp, Loz. You're as ready as you're going to be, but how are you actually feeling for it? Are you excited?
I am excited. I'm looking forward to competing and just trying to get that adrenaline rush again of competing. It'll show me if I still want to sort of push towards the worlds, because I know I can still be a lot better. I've had a lot of stuff going on. Prep has not been incredible. But I've enjoyed training. I've enjoyed like spending time with my training partners, pushing them, because the better I am in terms of training is better for them, because then they get to see, right, this is the level I need to be at. Because it's very easy for a lot of people to be good at something and then their mates say, oh yeah, you're great, you're going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I've got to kind of show them firstly that they can be really good, but also that it still takes a lot of work. Because if a broken old man can beat you, that's kind of no way near as good as he used to be, it shows you what the level's like when you're up against the absolute best guys. And the best guys are so good. So I want to keep pushing and be as good as I can be to bring them on as well.
Catherine and Nicola are going to petition Giant Side for you to be team captain.
I think I'd make a good captain.
Do we watch much TV? Only serial killer stuff.
Only serial killer. Although I have seen that Gladiators is coming back, and
Yeah.
I would watch that. But I was talking to I trained with 3 lads the other day. Really good guys, all strong.
All young.
Yeah, all young. And I mentioned Gladiators to them. They're like, "What's that?"
Honestly.
And I was just like, "You guys."
Yeah. I don't know. Do you even have anything in common with these people to talk about? They don't even know what Gladiators is,
I
Christ's
know.
sake.
So I was like, "Come on." But we don't watch a huge lot. We sometimes will put like a box set on or something like that, but we don't tend to watch.
It's been a while
much.
since we watched a box set though. I love The Office USA. Like if I just want something on in the background, that's my go-to
Binge-worthy
choice.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like kind of Modern Family, Family Guy.
Yeah.
Like we go through like the things that we'll have on in the background.
Yeah. The Office.
I watched The House of Dragons recently.
Oh yeah,
That was
we
pretty
enjoyed
good.
Game of Thrones until the last season.
Yeah. Yeah, we've watched a lot of stuff, but like recently we just not watched much at all. Have we?
No, we like the short one series long things on Netflix.
Yeah.
Those are quite good.
I love like
non-committal.
documentaries. I watch a lot of documentaries, a lot of sports type events. Sports for me that I've recently started watching a lot of kind of old WWE documentaries and stuff like that. A lot of wrestling stuff, UFC, boxing, strongman, arm wrestling, powerlifting, those type of things. I tend to follow quite a lot.
One word, Jet. Yes, everyone had a crush on Jet, even the girls.
How could you not? Although I like Lightning as well.
Lightning.
And Scorpion.
Oh yeah. Did Lightning have a bit of a mullet? Like she had
did
all this sort of
originally. Like
fluffy-
originally, she had a bit of a mullet, and then she
Yeah.
started looking a bit hotter. And,
Okay, she
okay.
got with the times a
Yeah.
bit more.
but yeah, everyone loved Jet.
Julia wants a close-up of my nails. They're just natural color. I don't know if you can see, and with like a pastel colored, different colored tips. Yeah, I don't know if you can see them very well, but yeah, with the light, it looks a bit strange.
Joe knows. Good lad, Joe.
A 20-year-old.
Look,
Exactly.
Joe knows. Have a word with
Exactly.
these.
Other young people.
Yeah, it was actually Alex was the worst, but Alex also comes from Romania, so it's forgivable. The
Ooh.
others, not so much.
Rasmus, I got put in a timeout. It's the 3rd time that's happened, and I don't understand why.
Who's putting Rasmus in a timeout and why?
Step forward. No, we have no idea why either. Unless someone's
Good.
doing it by mistake. It's very easy to. Like sometimes I go to click and suddenly the put timeout
If
thing is there.
potentially, if you're kind of doing the same comment again and again and again, some people will.
Oh yeah, you might have been timed
Yeah.
out for that. If you were spamming, were you spamming? We don't know.
Yeah.
There's tons
Don't
of.
spam, and hopefully you won't be putting a timeout.
I was showing my 5 and 9-year-olds some earlier today. Matt does fitness. Yes, he's going to be strongman, the gladiator.
So Matt does
legend.
fitness. He's legend, and he's like the new wolf. But
Yeah.
Matt is a nice guy in real life. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, because he's not
So-
like harsh or abrasive at all, is he? He's yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you in timeout.
I'm glad there are other gladiator fans in here.
I was put in timeout for no reason. I don't know, but who knows? With this audio and everything else going on, it might just be YouTube doing it to you. I can't be blamed for that one.
We won't blame you. We won't
No.
blame you.
Yes, American Office is the best. It is the best. I love the American Office.
I
Dwight
wa-
Schrute.
I watched loads of it. Dwight's amazing.
You never finished it.
I didn't finish
though.
it. It got a bit boring.
We watched too much all in one go. We
There
got
was, yeah,
a bit carried away.
a lot. I don't know how you guys find it. A lot of these shows start off great, and then suddenly it just kind of.
There is a bit of a crap patch on it,
Yeah.
to be fair, but it does get better again afterwards. And the ending, the finale, you have to watch the
I
finale.
will
that's
watch the
it.
finale.
Dear.
I will make sure I watch it.
All right, let's talk about something. There we go. How can you train for log if you don't have one, Lozzie?
Honestly, the best thing to do is just focus on your pressing on a barbell. If you power clean, if you push pressing, strict pressing, doing all those movements, you will get stronger for a log. When you eventually get the chance to use a log, the fact that those movements have got stronger is only going to benefit you. Too many people think they have to train on kit all the time. You do not. It is a bonus if you can train on kit, but if you are getting stronger, if you're getting more athletic, it doesn't take so long to transfer to the events if you have that strength to start with. I like Auntie Liz's there because I could tell she wasn't listening to a damn thing that I said.
I wasn't. Sorry. I was reading. You know, I can't do more than one thing at once. But sometimes the comments, they move so quickly. My Atlas stones should be turning up this week. Excited to get some training in on them. My absolute favorite strongman show. See, I don't even know what people are talking about anymore. Bloody Vikings. I was like, what? I've lost track because I was listening to you. Shall we wrap up?
So I'm just going to answer this.
Oh.
Andres says if you're training log, if you have a Swiss bar, it'd be absolutely perfect. I disagree. I find the Swiss bar causes a lot of shoulder issues. It's very good, the Swiss bar, for sort of flat pressing movements on a bench press. But in a log position, it actually sits a bit lower and pulls your front delt forwards. And I've seen a lot of people get shoulder issues on a Swiss bar. So I'm not a fan of pressing on the Swiss bar, particularly trying to clean it. But I find it great for being on a bench and focusing on tricep strength. But I'm not a fan of using it for overhead. And I honestly think if you just press with a barbell, you will get better transition over than anything else.
What is a Swiss bar?
It's like it's a bar that has handles that are in a neutral grip position.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, he said, but it has a neutral grip, which would benefit for the log.
It does, but because there's
But he
no
said for the rest, you're
diameter,
totally correct. Yeah.
like
you can't clean it in the same way.
You can't clean it at all, really.
No.
Like you bicep curl it, you can't really clean it. But because it has no diameter to it, it sits lower than a log. A log sits a bit higher, so you can kind of get that. You can kind of contract your pec. The log will sit a bit higher, and you can kind of focus on the press. Whereas this sits lower, and it tends to pull the shoulder forward, and it puts you in a weaker position. I see a lot of people get shoulder injuries with it.
William, comment for the chat. One of you lovely buggers gifted me a membership during the World Sugars Fan event stream. Didn't realize until a few days after, but thank you, whoever you are. Really enjoyed it. So many people were so generous, weren't they? I think Rick and Fred, there were so many people gifting memberships all over the shop. It was really cool. I love World's Strongest Man because, you know, we're all so excited and together, but man, it's exhausting, isn't it? It's like afterwards, we were just like, oh, it just takes so much to stream for so many hours every day. It's it's mentally quite draining, but it's fun while it happens. I'm just glad it's only once a year. How can you find when the next comp is and how can you watch them? If you go to Loz's Instagram, Big Loz WSM, he did a post. It's only like a couple of posts back, bright orange, you won't miss it. And there's like a schedule for the year. I'm not sure that shows up very well, does it?
There you go.
Yeah, it's that one in the middle. There you go, the 2023 schedule. And it very much depends. So if it's a Rogue event, you'll be able to watch it on YouTube. If it's a Giants Live event, those are shown on Official Strongman. Strongman Champions League, that's a strange one because it very much depends where you are in the world as to where it might be shown. If you go last year, if you search Big Loz Official Strongman Champions League, we put out some videos last year with links to the different places that people can watch in the video description, so that's worth checking out. I haven't actually tried any to see if they work.
They do work. I watched a couple of, I can't remember what the for the life of me can't remember what the app was that it's all on. But they've literally got the whole Champions League on there. I just can't remember what it's called right now.
Shore Classic I think is going to be streamed on ADL Live again, so yeah, there's usually a place to watch most competitions live now. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Would you do a physical 100 type show? 100%. Even I'd do that.
Would you?
Yeah.
You train for that? Well, you
train for that. Turn up.
Yes, absolutely. We loved watching physical 100.
I could have done the dingle dangle at the start.
I would 100% do the dingle dangle.
Yeah. I probably outlast you on a dingle dangle.
No chance.
What? You don't think I could
couldn't
dangle for
beat
longer
me
than
on
you.
any physical event.
How dare you? That
ever.
is so not true.
All right,
That is
name
not
the
true.
last time you beat me at a
Ice
physical.
skating, thumb wars.
Thumb wars.
Come
and
on.
Ice skating. Thumb wars and ice skating. Auntie Liz is going to claim as her victories.
I think I could hang off
Do you
bar for
think
longer than you.
if it was a real competitive instance, you could beat me at a thumb war? If there was really something on it.
You could throw me around like a rag doll, but it doesn't mean you'll get close enough to my thumb.
If we were being really competitive and there was something on it, would you beat me?
Yeah, I would.
She knows she would.
I'm gentle with you. I could stab you to death with these. I told you, Lozzie, these are my F around and find out nails.
I won't F around, don't worry.
Yes, I could.
But yes,
Still.
we would both do physical 100 and we may
Not
end up
that we're
getting divorced.
competitive. Do the comp, get divorced, go our separate ways. I'll keep the channel for myself. Oh dear.
SEL is on Samsung TV. Thank you very much, Andy.
Sports Tribal shows Strongman Champions League.
There you go.
There you go. Oh dear. There's only one way to find out.
Catherine, hopefully to see some of you in Gloucester. Good luck on Gloucester. We'll be cheering you on. Thank you, Catherine. Take it easy. Yeah.
Having this argument in squeaky voices. Do you know what, Rick? I thought I could run faster than Loz as well. Maybe now I can. Maybe now. But when we first tried in 2012 for like a very short dash, it's like racing a galloping horse.
Do you know what? People really don't understand how if you're a good athlete, which most top level strongmen are, they should have the ability to adapt to a lot of good things. So you look at a lot of great strongmen, they've been very, very good at other sports. I will say to anyone, from a young age, if you're competitive and you're athletic and you do lots of sports, you will have a much better chance of adapting to a sport as you get older. So look at all the top strongmen. 99 out of 100 of them have done other sports at a high level.
Yeah.
I was, playing county level at a number of different sports. I played national level at a number of different sports. As a kid, I was very, very fast, very kind of explosive. And Liz, a lot of people will look at strongmen and think, oh, they're just big brutes.
Yeah.
I was rapidly fast at sprinting as a youngster. And like when I first met Liz, she'd look at me and I was a big boy, but I could still move quickly over a short distance.
Could. Yeah.
And most of the top athletes can.
And I knew I can. Like, put me in the mum's race at sports day, I'll kick almost pretty much everyone's ass. But it was literally like racing a horse. Seriously. He just galloped off and he was gone. And I was like, what?
You think
crazy power.
Most top strongmen have a lot of fast twitch muscle fiber.
Yeah.
That's just why they're so strong and explosive. They can throw and lift big weights. You're designed to be that type of athlete.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of look at these big guys and you think they're slow, but they're not.
Mrs. DM, I kicked my husband's ass at ice skating too, Liz. Good.
He
won't even come ice skating
now.
with me anymore.
Like last time we went ice skating was when the older ones were little.
Yeah.
And I went and got one of those penguins to balance. And I was a good ice skater when I was younger, but the body weight now, especially then, I was even heavier. I don't know. I was wearing the ice skates that they provide at the centre, and I mean they're nasty enough on a normal person.
Yeah,
I think
they're
my
quite
weight
painful.
kind of pressing down on it was just agony.
He had the penguin. They've got these like little penguins that small children sort of mooch around on.
Like knocking the kids off. Give me that. But it was just agony, and it's a shame because I used to love ice skating. But anyway, on a different note, I got on Smiler the other day.
Loz, we went to Alton Towers and Loz fit on Smiler.
Went with the kids, and Lewis was like, "You look nervous, Loz. Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm worried I won't fit on the ride."
Well, some woman had to do the walk of shame back. She didn't fit, did she?
Didn't fit.
No,
but I fit.
You fit.
I was over the moon. I was like so glad that wasn't me doing that walk.
Oh, I can't.
Because I've been there before.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But yeah, it's fun to go on Smiler.
Yeah, good. And we've got our Disney trip booked for after OSG.
Yeah.
So you can't eat too much in America if you want to fit on all that.
I've already said after this weekend I want to try and drop down to under 130 again.
After next weekend.
This weekend, yeah. We're at the end of this weekend, I guess next weekend.
Yeah. Liz is from 87, and that's a fast year. I don't understand the reference. Do you? What happened in 87?
I don't know. It's a long time ago.
Not that long ago. Oh dear. It was great to see your member videos. Ah, yes, we did make a members only Alton Towers video. We figured the family stuff we'll just keep to members because obviously, you know, our kids, we want to offer them an element of privacy and not just have it like.
Although
completely
Alexa wants her
public.
own channel.
She was no, she thinks she has. Her
She
own
thinks
channel.
it is her own channel.
She's saying to me earlier, "Mummy, how many subscribers do I have?" And I panicked and said thousands. And she's like, "Get the video back up. I want to see what people are saying." She's so funny. She's a character, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, did we go on Hex? It was closed both days.
Yeah, Hex was closed. We went on the new haunted ride quite a few times. Way better than what was that called before?
It was Jewel before.
Jewel,
now it's Curse at Alton Manor.
Yeah,
much better. Really good. Yeah. For anyone going this
went
summer.
on 13. Went on Wicker Man. Went on the water rides, the Runaway Train, Spinball Wizard. I can't remember. There's quite a few, isn't there?
Michael, is Mitch the world's best athlete?
No. Mitch is the world's best strongman. He's the world's strongest man.
He's an incredibly adaptable athlete.
He's a great
He's good
athlete.
at so many things. Baseball.
I'm not going to say he's the best
basketball.
athlete. There's some amazing athletes out there.
Yeah.
Some incredible athletes. And you know, it depends what you class as athletes, but there's people that can do some incredible things.
Did you ride Rita?
I didn't. Not this time.
Yeah. No, not this time.
Next time.
Alexa's a natural at the YouTube stuff. She is. She's a bit
better
too
than
much
us, isn't she?
natural. Yeah. She's so funny. She's like, "I'll meet you at my next location, which will be the hotel." Second later, you just see her walking to another ride. 5-year-old.
King T, become a member. Then you can see the members' videos.
Wonder if it's being revamped or something. Wicker Man was built later. Yeah, Wicker Man's brilliant. They're revamping Nemesis right now.
I remember watching Wicker Man, the film. That was
weird.
Yeah.
The Nicolas Cage version or the original?
I've seen both.
They're both weird, aren't they? Yeah. I've only seen the original.
Yeah, Nemesis was closed. We didn't get to go on that.
Do you think there's any other sports where Mitch could also be the best or among the best?
Sure.
CrossFit?
CrossFit's a hard one to say.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, like he's a bit too big for CrossFit. You know, like I said, athletes are adaptable. You just you don't know. But he's an incredible strongman, and he's focused on that. Could he be the best at something else? Who knows? It would depend on him and what he wanted to do. But his focus has been strongman for sort of 5-6 years now, and then more years training as well before that. It's not like he's just jumped off the sofa. That it can appear to be a little bit just because he came to World's Strongest Man last year for the first time. He's been doing training all his life, gym training for a long time, and then strongman sort of 4 or 5 years.
Michael asking about if any of the seminars will be in Canada. At this point, they're only going to be when Mitch and Loz know that they're going to be together. So
if they're successful and there's a lot of interest, we may look at adding some more. But at the moment, we have 3 dates planned. Want to see how those sell in the interest, and if we can arrange more, then we will. Obviously, it'd be great to go like on a world tour and do loads, but we're both extremely busy men.
Yeah. And also, when you start paying for accommodation and transport just for these seminars, it pushes the ticket price up, doesn't it? Because
like right now the price is fair. I think it's not too bad at all compared to what other people charge for seminars and stuff like that. And to have both Mitch and myself, it's not bad at all. But we're kind of making it that way so that it is manageable for people, because we're both in a certain place at a certain time for potentially another reason. So it's obviously any Giants Live that he's at or events that we're both at, we're trying to we are looking potentially to do one after OSG, but it all comes down to dates and making it as accessible for everyone as possible.
Hip flipping mama, I appreciate the members only videos as it makes me feel like I'm an extended part of the family just overseas. Yes, you're the fun American aunt. I'm guessing American. I don't know.
It's just great having like our community. We love you guys and love coming on to chat. So. Oh, Randy is in the house.
It is a YouTube issue. It's not an us issue. We found out. I was blamed initially, but it turns out other live streams are having the same problem. So, damn it, YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi, Loz and Liz. had friends and family over, got to come watch your mini hour. Oh, don't. Thanks, Randy. Oh. Loz is now in charge of comments.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah, there's a few just coming in that are enjoying our sounding voices today.
You're going to click on something, Lozo?
What's this one?
That photo of Alexa and Loz on the ride, that was precious. It was cute.
She's been a cutie recently, hasn't she?
Recently, she's always been a cutie.
No, but like she's been lovely,
yeah,
hasn't
super
she?
sweet. Yesterday so she's got her first wobbly tooth right now, and yesterday we saw a busker, and it's someone who, so he was playing an instrument, and it was someone who like we've given some money to before. And as soon as she saw him, she's like, mummy, do you have any money? And I'm frantically searching my bag, and I had no cash on me. And she was like, oh, okay. She said, but when my tooth falls out, the tooth fairy will give me some money, so I can give him that. And I was like, oh, my heart. She's a sweet girl. Very sweet.
Yeah.
To other people, she's a monkey for us, isn't she? No, she is sweet. Would you be up for a team show by coaching stable rather than nation?
Yeah.
Loz has a team with with Jack, Mitch, Bobby, Andrea. Yeah, could go against Dan Hipkiss still. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, your athletes.
Yeah.
Like team Loz.
It's a hard one to sort of make happen, particularly at a high level, because the high level guys want to be paid.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure many promoters would be too keen to run that show. But
No.
like lower level,
theory,
it's a bit more doable, because I think you could do it as like a fun contest, you know, some of my guys against say Dale's guys or whatever, just as a fun contest. But yeah, at the top level, that'd be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
They're all a bit, you know, they take these shows seriously, and they don't want to risk, you know, injury and stuff like that. Just for
Things have to be worthwhile, don't they?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's their job at the end of the day. You have to appreciate that.
Yeah. What are the best lifts to do in a commercial gym for strongman carryover?
Squatting, deadlifting, power cleans, push presses, strict presses, bent over rows, all are really good. Any kind of compound movement is great for strongman. I would try and keep some athletic type movements in as well, particularly if you're a lighter athlete. Kind of some box jumps, jumping, plyometric work is good. Pull-ups, if you're capable of doing them. I don't necessarily tend to focus on pull-ups if you're a bigger athlete. But yeah, all those type of movements are really good for strongman. They're going to transition well to the strongman events. And the stronger you are, the more athletic you are, the easier it is to transition to the events and become good at them quickly.
Right, it is a school night, Loz. I think we should wrap up.
We should indeed.
So we do have some videos.
And we're way too squeaky, so hopefully
yes, sorry
we don't have this issue moving forwards. But hope you guys were entertained by Uncle Kermit and Auntie Miss Piggy.
Right, I'm going to go kill him off screen now. But yes, we do have videos coming up this week, and of course Loz's competition footage will be out on Sunday for you guys to watch.
Yeah, if you guys are coming on Saturday, cannot wait to see you guys there. Make sure after the competition you come say hi, and it's going to be a good week.
Yes, it's going to be a great week.
Cool. Have a good one, guys. Take care.
Smile and wave, Loz. Hold on, I've got to do my button. Keep smiling.